Hey, yo, what's good, gang? It's your favorite driver, Dark Kent X. Please say the X, and we're back with yet another chronicle for your viewing pleasure. And in today's episode, we'll very briefly discuss week two into my auto parts delivery journey. And the reason we're keeping it short and sweet is it's been my wife's birthday weekend, and we had family and time. It's been a great, awesome weekend spending it with people I love and don't often see too much. So shout out to the McCrays, the Foxworths, and the Presleys, and we really appreciate y'all. I know my wife thoroughly enjoyed herself. Thanks to y'all again, again, and again. Also, my son had a track meet this weekend in which he's only been running track since February, but man, he just set a personal best in the long jump as well as the 100 meter. The boy has dropped over a full second off of his 100 meter time in that short span. Today he placed second in his heat for the 100 meter, fourth overall, and first in his age bracket for the long jump. So proud of the kid. But anyway, let's cover this second week. I cannot complain. I love this industry. I love driving. So it has been super sweet for me. I spent last week primarily focusing on getting to know my customers, where they accept their parts, how to get in and out as efficiently as possible. This week I mastered what I learned in the first week. Like I know every cart, every door to go in and out of. I know almost every single customer by name. I mean, literally almost all of them. They've become very, 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 very familiar with me. They know how I move and operate, get in, get out. I'm very cordial. I'm on time. I go the extra mile if they have an issue with communicating with the warehouse, and I make things happen for them. So I've been building a great rapport with the majority of my customers, which, if you saw my first video, that has been my aspiration to build these relationships because I do want to move into the cargo van industry. And this was just me getting my feet wet, essentially. Uh, Providing myself an opportunity to not only build these relationships, but also meet drivers that are already in the cargo industry, which I continue to do. I've met a couple great guys, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate the time that they spend with me, having these conversations because I understand that time is money and what we're doing. So outside of that, what I tended to do this week was track uh, my work mileage on my personal vehicle, trying to begin to understand and calculate the cost per mile. Uh, so with the mileage that I've been placing on my vehicle, not including the commute to and from the warehouse, but just the pure work driven miles, I'm coming out at right under $1.50 a mile, which isn't terrible. But what offsets it is the increased wear and tear on the personal vehicle. Within 2 weeks, including the time that I've had to use it for other things, I've put almost 2,000 miles on that car in 2 weeks. Keep that in mind if you do decide to get into this industry. Again, I love it, but that is something that you should be made aware of while you're seeing the headlines and titles about the potential earnings of this business. Understand the additional wear and tear you will be putting on your vehicle. And depending on how hard you drive, because a lot of these places they say you can make up to, but what that means is you're most likely be delivering more packages, accumulating more miles. So again, that additional wear and tear offsets those potential earnings. Again, I've began to calculate the cost per mile. I've began to know all of my customers. I'm knowing addresses off the top of my head. I haven't gotten to the point of being able to go from place to place without my GPS, but I'm sure that's coming if I began to focus on that. But right now, I'm using an app called the Circuit app that I learned from one of the many people I was watching before I got into this industry. I would love to credit the first person I heard about it, but I honestly don't remember, and my notes are elsewhere right now. So yeah, the circuit app, I plug in the stops. You can either type them in or you can scan them in via the app, and then you hit optimize. It puts it obviously in the most optimal route for you. And I absolutely love the app because you can change it as needed. You can skip over stops. Once you get to a stop, you'll hit delivered. It automatically places you to the next one. Navigate, and it works through Google and or Apple apps. You can change it at your own whim. And like I said, it has been phenomenal for me. All right, so start my day. I arrived to the warehouse at about 6:50 a.m. My route will be released 4 times in a day: 7:05, 10:05, 12:05, and 2:05. So between 6:50 and 7:05, I'm scanning in what is already ready. My handheld device has as parts are picked, it populates my handheld device, showing me where I'll be going and what parts I'll be delivering for that time window. So what you're seeing me do now is I'm checking my routes cart. These are the parts that have been picked and scanned in for me for this first leg, first block. You'll hear me say, I scan them in, I load them on the cart, and this is right at 7:05. So what you see me picking up now is my manifest for the parts I just scanned in. Once it's complete, as you may notice on my handheld device, the entire screen is green. So I'm pushing my cart out to my car. I'm gonna load up all the parts. Heaviest parts I keep on the bottom of the cart in order to keep it from tipping over, and I load those into the trunk because I don't want to damage my back seats. Yes, I have a moving blanket, but I prefer to just put the heaviest parts on the rubber all-terrain mat that's in the trunk. So I laid everything else across the moving blanket. These, even though they weren't super heavy, I put them in the trunk for this particular run because those heavy parts that I had in the trunk were all going to the same location. Those parts were also going there. So again, you see me put everything else into the back seat, and there is organization to the chaos because I'm actually putting like parts with like parts. They're going to the same location, so I'm not digging around and hunting for particular deliveries as I get to the location. Now you're seeing me use the circuit app that I talked about earlier. I'm inputting my 10 to 12 addresses into the app. I'm optimizing my route, and I'm gonna be on my way here soon. After a bit of chopping and screwing that drive, we've arrived at one of my favorite delivery locations, Two Brothers Automotive. The guy inside is really cool, Mr. William, that is. I enjoy talking to the guys. Today it was a quick in and out, but great guy behind the counter.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One small one for you today? Always.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be.
Fantastic.
It's always super simple deliveries and pickups here.
Thank you much.
They're always ready with the parts.
Always. Appreciate
So
you
I
too.
try to make sure they're always taken care of first if I can. On to the next stop. My goal is to not spend any more than 2 minutes at any delivery. Again, through the magic of editing, you've seen me arrive at yet another one of my favorite deliveries and pickups. All Pro Subaru. My guy behind the counter, Patrick. He's always super cool, so efficient here. It's always leave the parts on the counter. The pickups are always right by the door. So I drop off, hand him his paperwork. I'm signing here because I have a pickup for this location. He's already let me know that it's by the door, which I knew anyway because I've done this for 2 weeks now. I get his e-signature on my scanner, pick up the part on the way out the door. Just gonna put it up front with me, let it ride shotgun back to the warehouse. Till next time. If it ain't dope, it ain't me, and it shouldn't be you either. DVO. Gang. Peace, y'all.
I'm strapped in. I climb you in the corner. Madness. I can snap it anymore. Pull a pound. Honey clip. He get the fully round. He don't know who did it. I'm over the body with the hoodie down.